Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Well, dang it. I tried to get to the beach for sunset, but this huge thing of clouds came in and the sunset like 10 minutes ago. It's already pretty dark. But today is a low light test between these three cameras, the GoPro Hero 13 Black, the Action 5 Pro from DJI, and the Insta360 Ace Pro 1. The rumors though on the Ace Pro 1, they're flying. Go on the internet, look, before you guys make purchases, go look at for like rumors. How do they look right now though? Right now, the GoPro doesn't have a night mode per se. The Action 5 and the Ace Pro are both in their normal modes right now, but we will flip into their like night mode. Both the Action 5 and the Ace Pro have a night mode. This is not it. This is just like normal 4K, 24 frames a second, regular mode, everything default. Everything on these cameras is default. There's nothing different between these three cameras right now as far as how they are all set up. Yeah, everything's normal. Same thing, we're gonna go around Carlsbad. It'll get darker and darker as that all even goes away more. It'll just be the city lights in a few minutes, and we'll see how these three cameras compare. Now listen, before we even dive into it, everyone wants to see a low light test, even though traditionally action cameras are not designed for low light, small sensors, but you know, they're getting better. Like look at those two. So they're starting to look pretty good. Same thing, you guys guess. See if you can figure out which one's which. Very loud motorcycles. I will switch them around a little bit. You guys guess. I'll leave them on the screen a little longer. Some people said I didn't leave them long enough last time. I felt like I did, but I'll leave them on a little bit longer. See if you can tell which camera's which. Right now, just on the screens, the Action 5 is looking good. Real good. Let's go. How about extreme low light? This is ridiculous. I'm only being lit by a street lamp right now. This is still a good comparison. Again, these cameras aren't made for low light, but a couple of them are not doing terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. That's data.
Before we get into the analysis of this low light footage, let me quickly thank the sponsor of today's video and who makes things like this possible for you guys, Squarespace. Incredible supporter over this last year, and I've been a user of Squarespace for over 11 years for my professional photography business. Now, there's no way that you haven't heard of Squarespace, but they are the all-in-one website building platform that just makes things easy. Like, I wish that everyone could go in there, which you can, by the way, it's a free trial, go in there and just see how simple it is to put together a Squarespace website. You download one of their professionally designed templates and then just poke around. Like, you just kind of swap in your stuff for their stuff and it already looks pretty rad, but then you use their Fluid Engine design system to customize to your little heart's desire. Whether you are setting up a portfolio or an e-commerce store, like full-fledged e-commerce with shipping and all that stuff, you can do that through squarespace.com. Shoot at the first thing in the description, go over there, use the free trial, like just set everything up during the free trial, but when you are ready to go live, use code David Manning for 10% off at checkout. Save a few dollars. Again, thank you, Squarespace. Like this whole year, Squarespace has made videos like this possible for you guys. A massive thank you to Squarespace. Okay, let's jump in. Again, the Hero 13, DJI Action 5 Pro, and Ace Pro 1. Again, look online. But the testing here, like with low light, why even test low light? Like GoPro has pretty much taken the stance of like, we're not even going to compete in the low light realm. Both of these cameras have a low light mode. On the Action 5, we call it super night mode. And on the Ace Pro, it's called pure video mode. And the Hero 13, when it was launched, like I kind of figured that they were gonna do something for low light, and they really didn't. Like nothing. They're not trying to make the GoPro look good in low light. They're just like, hey, action cameras are for action. Go use this for action, which is totally fair, except that a lot of people buy these cameras to go traveling. Like you want to go travel through Thailand or travel through Europe, and you're like, well, I don't want to bring like a big camera. I just want to bring like a small action camera that I can run around like this with, that's waterproof, that gets decent video, decent audio. You might choose an action camera. And let me tell you, there's gonna be plenty of times while traveling that you will be in low light. Even getting onto an airplane is considered low light. Like the lights are on in the airplane, but they're very dim compared to like outdoor lighting. It's incredibly low light. Action cameras are they're great. Like they've gotten so good. Okay, so what have we seen in this low light testing? One thing is very interesting, by the way. This is a 1/1.3 inch sensor, and this is a 1/1.3 inch sensor. Now, when the Action 5 launched, I hit up DJI and I said, is this the same sensor as the Action 4, or is it actually a new sensor? And they told me same sensor, but I've since found out that it is a new sensor. It's the next generation sensor, like the next generation version of the same 1/1.3 inch sensor that the Action 4 had. This still has the same sensor that the Action 4 had. So even though these are both 1/1.3 inch sensors, this is the new version of the next generation. Now, in low light, I think you can see that. Like, I think that this does look a little bit better. But once we jump into that super night mode, I hope that there's a way in the future through firmware that I can turn down like the sharpening or clarity on super night mode, because there was definitely some times where, like if I was just filming like a city at night, I think the extra clarity kind of looks good. But when you look at like my face, like a couple of times you looked at my face and it was just so over sharpened and over clarified that it didn't look good. Like I wish that there was a way, or I hope that there will be a way that I can turn that down. I think both of these looked very good in low light. Again, for a 1/1.3 inch sensor, they're both gonna do a decent job. But I do wanna know your thoughts. Like more than anything, I wanna hear what you guys have to say. When you just look at that footage, which of these three cameras are you most interested in? Again, this guy's not trying to compete. It seems almost unfair to keep the GoPro in this comparison because they're not even trying to compete. Like they're not trying to do low light. These two are actively trying to compete in low light. So of the three, which one did you like better? And again, we might be doing this test again soon. All these action camera releases, and then you don't know what's coming as you just start making videos, and then more cameras keep getting announced and more rumors keep dropping, and oh boy. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you soon.
This is some challenging lighting. Super bright lights. These super bright lights basically just blasted me with a black background. How do these three cameras do at night? Whew. Whoa, hello. Oh, I almost just fell down. That would have been the worst. There was people right there too. I bet they're all laughing right now. Dang it.